Hello and welcome to the Chat Lounge podcast.
Yeah.
I totally didn't forget the name of the podcast.
We're trying a new camera angle. I kind of love it.
Yes,
because
better.
before the camera was over in this corner here. We looked too far away. It looked really awkward of us just going like this.
Yeah. Plus now like the lighting is even as well.
Yeah, and it looks awesome. Like our background. It'll change over time.
Yeah, definitely.
But don't worry, something will be in my corner. I promise. I know Shy over there has all of the games and vinyl and shit. I'll get something over here. We'll get a plant or something. Just a holder.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that's all that's new.
That's it.
That's it. For all of you that are listening on anything else, are you sponsored?
No.
Arizona?
I wish, please.
I am sponsoring the off-brand Stanleys.
What?
It's an off-brand Stanley.
Oh, it's a cup?
Yes.
Jesus.
Mhm.
You're talking about the water.
Have you not seen those?
No.
You haven't seen the frantic thing? Target, I saw that Target had a table filled with cups that look just like this, but it says Stanley on the bottom, right? They had a whole table filled with Valentine's Day colored ones, red, white, pink, all that jazz, and they said customers get 2 per person. Because people were just buying a shitload of them.
I was gonna say, I've seen something about cups like those. They're pink or whatever. It was like Barbie or something?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was like a rage for like Barbie and cups. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Look at Penguinzo's video. He talks about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, in today's video, for all of those who listened/watched to the first episode, our pilot episode, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I do want to
It took so long to put it out
I
there,
know.
man.
We're really sorry. I want to say we filmed it right after New Year's.
I think so, yeah.
So it took us about a week or so to kind of.
Yeah.
By we, I mean Shy.
I'm sorry.
By we, I mean Shy.
Yeah, it was me.
All I did was send the video over and called it a day, so...
Yeah, she was waiting on me and I was like, I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
We got it though. Awesome.
We got it all figured out, you guys.
Yeah, so this one will not take as long.
I do want to make some recognition, though, for one of my coworkers. Her name is Cara. Cara, I love you. I really do. Thank you,
Cara. We're doing shout-outs? That's awesome.
Yeah, I love doing shout-outs. The YouTube videos, it just shows me that we have 6 views so far. No one's made any comments, so whoever makes the first comment will get a shout-out. I don't know.
There you go.
We don't have anything to give you yet, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hand us money to give you money, then there you go. Just like that works.
You give us 100, we'll give you 15 back.
Oh my god. You can't say that. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
It was a joke.
No, it's completely true. If you give us $100, you're getting like 15%.
You're gonna get a third back. It's fine.
Because we're gonna spend it on like a $15 gift card, and we're like, oh, you want a gift card?
Yeah, we'll give you like a $25 gift card to some sort of restaurant or place or whatever.
That would be kind of awesome to like do stuff like that though. So
yeah, in the future. This is only the 2nd episode, and today's episode we're gonna be titling it "Retail Nightmare." Retail Nightmare.
Retail Nightmare. I like that.
I feel like it would be a perfect fit given the fact that I work in retail. And I'm going to be reading you guys 3, it's not stories per se. It's not like, am I the asshole for being Karen? Because, yes.
Yeah. Shouldn't even be asking that question.
No.
I flipped out at a customer because she didn't give me my refund that was past 30 days. Yeah, get the
away.
Get the away.
Get the fuck away.
So, but I do have, different, questions for retail people. Just to give a little bit of context, I am a manager at a retail store.
Do not name your store.
In where I live. Don't name that either.
Yeah. In this anonymous place called the Lost City of Souls.
Where was I going with this? I am a manager where I work. So I do have a question about managers or whatever that I'm going to read. I didn't read these beforehand. I just saw the title and hit save. We'll read those. But I do have 3 of them. I'll go through each one like we did the last time. Each one will kind of... Obviously, I'm going to probably rant more than Shy will, given that I am a manager in retail and Shy is not.
I've never worked retail a day in my life. So I don't know any experience. I know the customer experience and like obviously the horror stories that I've heard from like you talking about like what happens at work or just seeing it like, you know, news or whatever. So
well, and even then like this isn't like I'm obviously gonna rant about this and probably say something that is part my work related. I'm not gonna share any names because privacy is privacy. The only name that I have mentioned of my coworkers was Cora. But that's pretty much it. My friends I will share their actual names.
Oh.
But other than that, all my supervisors, my other management people, I will not actually have their names. I'll say, let's say her name is whatever, or his name is whatever. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna share actual names here. I'm not gonna do any of that. I will probably talk shit, but talking shit is different without actually using their names because they don't know who it's about. So, and no one listens to it except for Cora.
No.
So unless people follow her, and she did share it on Instagram. I wanna ask. She has her own little side business, and she shared it on her Instagram. So hopefully, I thank you for giving us some sort of a fan base.
Yeah,
thanks.
hopefully.
Hopefully they like it.
And you have to listen all the way through because the funny moments come in spurts. Sorry. Don't joke.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Because some people will listen to a podcast, they'll be like, oh, the first 30 seconds, meh, and then they'll leave, and it's like, you just opened the gosh darn video. The first 30 seconds could be a sponsor or whatever, and then you get into it, and then the funny moment.
We don't have sponsors, so there's no ads.
We could. I'm sorry. Arizona, please, I love you, and I live on you. Please, I drink you.
I got this from my place of business. They will never sponsor us, so sorry. Okay. Now that I have some water in my system, let's get started with that first one. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Let me see.
Let us read.
Ew, I gotta clean my screen. Cheeto finger. The ring light is blinding me so much that I can see a ring on my screen right now.
Oh no.
It is. It's bad.
It's like staring into the sun, huh?
Wow. Okay. This one was posted 13 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It wasn't like the last video where we had like 2 8 hours and then one was what, like 2 hours ago or
3 or something?
Yeah, that was insane.
I was like, what?
That last one was like 3 hours ago and I was like,
I was like, well, get your wife!
Get your wife!
Get your wife!
Was it that one?
I don't even. So, I remember there was one where. No, okay.
No, it was the daughter who had
the 7 kids.
Had the 7th kid, yeah. Alright.
That was right after Christmas, so it wasn't even after New Year's. We recorded our thing right after Christmas. It was like 27th or something. Oops. Or no, not even the 27th.
It took us like 2 weeks to get everything done. We're sorry. Alright. This one is titled, Stood Up for Myself Against a Customer Today. I do that every day.
Yes, you have to do that in any field because the customer's never wrong.
The customers are always right. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Customers are never right.
It's literally
customers are never right.
They're
Any
never
customers that are listening thinking, I'm gonna go to the store and think that I'm right. You're wrong.
Yeah, please.
There was a man. I'm gonna tell a short little tangent story before I get into this, just from today.
Oh.
All right. I was covering one of my associates up at the .com desk, and he left for 15, so I was covering him. This man comes up and says, hey, I'm here to pick up an order. And I said, okay, great. Did the whole process, did whatever, brought it out to him, had him sign, and he's just shaking his head no, and I'm like, is there something wrong? He goes, I ordered a blue blanket, not a gray one. And I'm looking at it thinking, oh my gosh, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe our system had scanned the wrong one or whatever. My apologies, sir. Let me go get the correct one real quick and swaps them out, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is gray. It's not blue. And I'm like, okay, my lighting at my store is off as fuck. All right. Anyone who knows, I know Cora will know, that our lighting up at that desk is just fucked. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this looks blue. And he goes, I'm not colorblind. It's gray. Okay.
Calm down.
I'm like, I'm staying calm. I'm not getting agitated. I'm just like, okay, sir, give me 1 second. So I turned it around and I scanned it. On my thing, on my little phone that I have, it says that it's blue, but it's a light blue.
I knew it.
The barcode says blue.
Yeah.
But one of them is like, it looked like, so it was like the main barcode, and then it looked like another sticker barcode was placed over it. So then he was thinking, oh, someone just placed that there. So I took that sticker off, threw it away. Sir, this is the actual one that was supposed to get scanned. I'm scanning it. It's popping up as blue. It's a light blue. So then I looked it up on my phone because sometimes the camera, like sometimes the photos on the phone will be darker than what they actually are. And I said, sir, I pulled out my phone with my other phone next to me. And I'm like, sir, this is blue. He goes, no, it's gray. And I was like, sir, I'm going to give you two options. You can either take this with you or I'm going to give you a full refund back. And at that point, I was getting so agitated that I was like I'm not here to play games. This is blue. If you don't want to think it's blue, then I'm going to give you a refund. He goes, I don't want a refund. I want a blue blanket. I was like, this is blue. Yeah. I'm not going to argue about what color it is. It's blue. If you
wanted something any darker than that, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, then there was like a navy, right? So it shows all the colors that we have available, and navy was one. He goes, that's blue. And I was like, sir, this is navy. So yes, it is blue. This is the blue that is sitting right here in front of me because the numbers match. Yeah. So I'm like, sir,
this is the blue.
He's like, I want to talk to a manager. I was like, sir, you are talking to the manager of the home department. I'm telling you that this is blue. And he's like, well, I want to talk to your boss. I was like, he's currently not here right now. He has the day off. He goes, well, I want to talk to any supervisor that you have available. I was like, all right. I said, hey, can I get so-and-so up here? And she calls. She's like, what do you need? I was like, this customer is arguing with me about a color of a blanket and would like to talk to a supervisor. She's the only one in the building. Right. So she's like, okay, I'll be up in a minute. She's arguing with the guy, and he's like, I want a blue blanket. She goes, sir, this is blue. He's like, I am not colorblind. She goes, sir, I'm not saying that you are. I'm telling you that this color is blue. She told him the same thing. I give you two options. You can either take this with you and exit the store, or I can give you a full refund. And he's like, I don't understand. He's like, you know what? You're going to hear from my lawyers. You're going to hear from corporate. And she's like, okay, bye. Boss! I love her!
I don't understand why customers think that talking to someone else is going to get them a different result.
Well, and even then, he was like, I'm not trying to cause a scene. I was like, obviously you are, because you're standing here arguing with me about a color of a blanket that you ordered. She was even telling him, look, we can't scan it. If we scan it and it says that it's wrong, then it's wrong. We have to find a different one. But obviously we scanned it. Our system said that it's the correct one. She took it. She printed. She binned it and everything. And there you go.
And that's the one that was accounted for, which means you can't just switch it out for them. Like, you can't just take it out of the package and just put in a navy blue.
No, I can't put in. No. And even then, I was like, we don't have any navy blue here in the store in the size that you need. The only colors that I have in the size that you want is like a tan and ivory and this blue color. Right. And he's like, this isn't blue. And I'm like, whatever. I was like, you know what? You can call corporate. Call corporate what the fuck you want. But corporate's not going to do shit for you. Corporate's going to say, okay. Yeah. Well, like, take it back and get a refund. Because then he was like, I promised people a blue blanket today. And I'm like, okay, then bye. Have a great rest of your day. This is blue. Right. Unless you want to go out on the floor and try and find a navy and then bring it back and I'll exchange it out for you. But, you know, I can't. Exactly. I can't do anything. We had the navy blue in a full queen, but not in a king. So I was like, I don't know what to tell you, sir. Jesus. So I stood up for myself, you guys. It was pretty awesome.
We love it.
TLDR. What the fuck does that mean?
Too long, didn't read.
Pretty much
TLDR just means, like, if you don't want to read the entire thing, here's like a short version of what happened.
Do we want to read the short version first, or?
That's up to you.
Because it has the full version here.
Read the full version. That's up to you. Are you? Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this person says, I work at a Goodwill and we lock up the fitting rooms an hour before closing. Makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. This is plastered across the front of every single fitting room door. It's announced an hour, half hour, 15 minutes, etc. leading up to the fitting room's closing. That's what we do when we close our store. We give them, you know, X amount of time. Hey, by the way, the mall's closing, the store is closing. Like, we have to tell them those things because we can't just close and the lights turn off and everyone's like, oh, the fuck?
They're in the bathroom?
Right.
Yeah.
I was locking them up and taking out the absolute nightmarish. What the fuck?
Nightmarish.
Nightmarish. Nightmarish.
Oh yeah, nightmarish.
Okay, nightmarish. I love how it took both of us to see that and go,
Lord.
what? Mountains of clothes inside. Jesus. No one cleans out the fitting rooms throughout the day?
I guess not.
That's
What do they say they work at? Goodwill?
Goodwill.
Yeah, probably not.
New manager, he hadn't assigned anyone to lock up the fitting room, so by the time I realized no one had done it, it was already 15 minutes past when they were supposed to be locked. Okay. I had filled a shopping cart piling high with the clothes from inside, and all of the putbacks, so the go-backs, essentially, racks were overflowing. I was frantically hanging up the clothes from the cart when a woman came up to me. I recognized her from when I was at the register earlier. She had come in the door and immediately asked me if we had specific item. Ma'am, this is a thrift store. I don't know. I told her they'd be in the cracked aisle if we did, and she had me limp, bad hips. She had me limp, bad hips, bad knees, bad body across the damn store to take her to the cracked aisle. Oh, I see. She was like having him.
Yeah.
Have her follow him all the way there.
Yeah.
And now she said, I know you guys closed the fitting rooms, but could you let my daughter in for just a few minutes? I told her, no, sorry, I can't. She pushed it. Okay, but she has a few things. Sorry, but we can't unlock them.
Yeah.
Even for just a few minutes? No, they're closed for the night. They've been closed for half an hour, sorry.
Yeah.
She sulked off and said they had to make a special get the hell out announcement for her. The sole customer left in the store at the closing time. Look, I know she wasn't trying to be difficult. I know she was probably pissed that her kid couldn't try on just the pair of jeans or whatever. But I get that there's nothing in shitty about either of the things she did. And I was just in a bad mood. But I didn't like her. Facts.
Damn.
And
I didn't like her attitude.
She came to an injured teen scrambling with probably 4 shopping carts worth of reshelves, half an hour to close, and asked to be the exception to rules she knew about. And she was just like the third person to be the exception.
Yeah.
I don't have patience for fitting room bullshit. I don't have patience for customers who clearly show in their attitude and tone that they have no respect for me. I don't have patience for the exception. And as someone who's pretty scared of confrontation, I'm proud of myself for sticking to the store policy and not making an extra 10 minutes of work for myself. You know, I applaud you, dog. I applaud.
Now I get why it's like limp, bad hip, or whatever, because she's injured. So the employee is injured while doing all this other stuff, and then
with 4 shopping carts full of go-backs.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
See, now my store has 4 carts. We don't have like shopping carts. It's more like tall, kind of like up to my shoulder gray carts.
Kind of like the
with
ones
like a basket.
Hotel ones that they carry your luggage.
Kind of like the hotel ones, yes, but it has like a basket at the bottom of it.
Laundromat.
So it comes up like this. So it comes up like this as metal, and then it has like a metal basket with 4 wheels. So if 4 of those were full, someone is not doing their job. Our store is the biggest store in the state.
Really?
Yes. And there's 3 of them. So, given the fact that if there was 4 carts filled with clothes, someone is not doing their job.
I think she said that somebody didn't maintain the fitting room the whole day.
Well, and I think that's what they said. There was a new manager that didn't assign anyone to the fitting room to just kind of go in, clean it out, and have it clean out. So that way by the time you just go and lock it up, there's nothing in, there's only like a couple things in there for you to take back and then lock it up.
Yeah.
So, but that's interesting.
But yeah, good job on that person for staying up, because like people wanting to be the exception all the time is just ridiculous. Like, dog.
I've had a couple of people in the, how long have I been working there? Since June.
Of this year?
Last year.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
January.
Sorry.
We're in January. Let's see, June, July, August. No.
Happy New Year's, everyone, by the way.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome to, what is it, the 9th? It's the 9th of January. Period.
We're late. Anyway.
Yeah, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. This is going to be my 7th month. Just being back. And working. But in the 7 months almost that I've been back, there's been only a couple of customers like at closing that are, or even with opening, like because I have to let associates in the morning.
Oh yeah, and the customer's like, "Can I come in?"
I have a return. Okay, ma'am, but we don't open until 11. Oh, but you can't make an exception for me. I just have a return. And I'm like, no, because the store's not open. Therefore, you can't come in here without the store being open.
What sense does that make?
It's a liability. She's like, well, I just want to make an exchange. I was like, first it was a return. Now it's an exchange. I definitely cannot let you in early.
Right.
Because if you have to go and exchange something, you have to go and find that thing first, then go do a return. If it's pretty much, it's not total blackout, but there are some lights. If you fall and trip, it's a liability issue on what you in, and even us. So you could sue us for it being dark and you tripping and falling, even though, like, do you know what I mean? You're not even supposed to be in there in the first place.
Plus, if I say that the store isn't open, that means my registers aren't ready. The store just isn't ready. Like, nothing is ready. You have to give us time to get ready. That's why we open at a certain time.
Well, like, even then, like, I've had a lady, when I was letting associates in one morning, like, push past me. And I was like, oh, do you have an appointment with salon? And she said, no. And I said, oh, do you have an appointment with portrait? Because, they open earlier than we do.
Yeah. And
the stylists come in. Usually the stylist will meet with their person out front and then come in together. Do you know what I mean? Or if the customer gets there later and the stylist is already there, the stylist will say, hey, my person is out there. Can you go grab her? Yeah, sure. That's the exception. If you have a salon whatever or a portrait whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was like, no. And I was like, ma'am, you don't open until 11. And she goes, oh, my bad. And just kept walking. And I was like, no, ma'am. She's like, yes. And I was like, you have to wait outside. She's like, oh, my bad. And then walked outside. And I locked it up. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? But
I wanted to fight people.
But even then, there was like a separate time. We were in the middle of a meeting. And someone was grabbing the door for associates. And this guy, he just walks in. We're thinking, oh my god, he's probably maybe a new hire or whatever. Walked right past us, didn't say anything. You know, just kept walking. And we're like, what the fuck? Because we have our meeting up at home. Right there by the doors, you know, whatever. This guy kept going towards men's. And I was like, excuse me, sir. I'm like, and everyone else is like, excuse me, sir. And Chris goes, hey!
Alright.
Okay. Oh shit. Like, he turned on, he goes, yes. And my boss goes, where are you? We don't open until 11. He goes, oh, I work at Hot Topic. No, you gotta go all the way out and around, bro, because these doors aren't open until 11.
Damn.
And that guy's like
that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because.
Okay, now that's fun, though. I would have let him through.
No.
Why not? If he works in the mall.
He works in the mall, yes. But we still can't do it.
Oh.
Whether you work in the mall or not. Like, you have to go all the way out and around. Because the mall has their own separate employee entrance for people that work in the mall. So if we let him go through the mall doors from our store, we can get in trouble for it. With mall security. With mall security.
Got you. Okay.
It's a lot of water.
I know.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, let me read some comments on this. This should be par for the course of any business. If you're too arrogant to read a sign that says something is closed, it's not the staff's responsibility to give you special treatment. This whole customer is always right bullshit has been around for hundreds of years and it needs to stop. If I ever wander into a shop or restaurant and they say they can't do something because it's against policy, I accept that answer and move along. Good on you for not giving in.
Yes.
Yes! This guy knows what's up.
First of all, the whole reading the sign thing, why do people not read? If it is your favorite store to go to and you go there all the time, how do you not know when we open and close?
If anyone's favorite store is Goodwill.
Well,
I mean,
it can be. It's a thrift store.
I go to Goodwill for if I need like something cheap or whatever. Like if I'm making a costume, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to see what kind of selection they have of shoes.
They have one in like.
I get most of my shoes, like not a good chunk of my shoes, but before a good chunk of my shoes were from Goodwill. My tennis shoes, my heels. Right. So sometimes I'm like, I wonder what, like if I pass a Goodwill, I'm like, I got time. I'll go and check out a Goodwill. I'll see what Goodwill has. just to see like, I'm kind of curious. What do you guys got?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Have you been in a Goodwill?
Yes.
Like in a like,
Yes.
how long ago though?
How long ago? Last time I went with you, I think. Which was last year or something. No, wait. Was I with you or was I with somebody else?
You had to have been with someone else because the last time I went to Goodwill it was just me and my sister.
Oh, no.
Who I actually want to have on the podcast. I think she would be really fucking funny to read. I want her to read like sibling Reddits because I feel like it would be too funny.
That would work.
I don't know how we're gonna fit her over here.
I know, right?
Put her in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll scooch all the way over.
Yeah.
She'll sit right here in the middle. I'll share a seat with her. You can share a seat with my brother. We'll just have a real fun. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god, he'll be funny.
Oh, your brother's gonna tear this podcast up. I'm scared to have him on here.
You know.
But yeah, I think the last time I went to Goodwill was like sometime last year, or maybe the year before that, and I went with my current roommates. I think roommate / coworker was when I was living with my coworker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was the last time I went. They're pretty good. I've been to Goodwill a couple times. They have a good selection. I went for like books and stuff. Oh no, you found a comment, didn't you?
I did.
What happened?
I found two. Let me read this first one.
Okay.
Let me read the second one.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish my comment.
Yeah, go.
If it's your favorite store, you should know when they open and close. And if it's your first time going, you should know when they open and close. Because why the fuck are you showing up at a store that you don't know when they open and close? Okay? Don't do that shit. I fucking hate it. Anyway, go ahead. I'm just saying, it's annoying.
Whoa.
So annoying.
Whoa. I'm gonna need you to relax.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so this person said, no, she was trying to be difficult. The signs are plastered everywhere. You're covered up in 4 carts of merchandise. She asked you several times. How entitled and rude on her part.
Mm-hmm.
This next person says, people try on stuff at Goodwill. No thanks.
What? Why not? You're supposed to know if it fits. You're supposed to know if it fits.
The whole point of Goodwill, in my opinion, I go to Goodwill like already knowing like what size I am.
Oh, true.
Oh, I'm like I wanna make sure that I don't unsave the wrong one.
Are you gonna just unsave them to your?
Yeah, I saved them and then I'm like, oh my god, no one left a comment on this one. That's gonna be interesting to read.
No one.
No one. Be the first to comment. That's
how long ago?
4 days ago.
Okay.
I'll comment tonight.
Aw.
While we're ranting about this next one, we'll just... I am a manager at so-and-so.
Right. I understand your pain.
I understand the pain.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you want anything to finish? Yeah, people try on shit at Goodwill. I've never seen a fitting room at Goodwill, to be honest with you. The ones that I've been to, at least, I'm probably not even looking for them.
Yeah,
because I literally go in, grab whatever I want in the size that I need, and then I leave.
I don't know if I've ever needed to... You know why? It's because it's never pants. We'll buy, like, shirts, books, toys, but never pants. Like, I don't think I've ever bought pants from Goodwill before.
I want to say, I bought pants at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm. Did you have
for
to try
my
them on?
For my Halloween costume. I did not try them on.
Because you knew what size you were.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
The pants were way too big.
Oh. And that's why you try stuff on.
That's why you try stuff on.
Because
I wore a belt with it, but I haven't worn it since. So
I was gonna say, I think the point of like, because it's a thrift store, right? Apparently, or I mean,
it is.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
They might not label everything correctly. I think that's why people try
well,
stuff on.
But even then, like at Goodwill, I check the actual tag of the pants, not the tag that Goodwill puts on it. Because of the tag of the pants say like I'm a 29 waist, just to get personal real quick.
All right.
I'm a little skinny bitty, but like if we're thinking like Levi's or whatever, I'm a size 27 waist.
Mm-hmm.
But like any other pant, I'm thinking of like a size 7 or 8.
Okay, gotcha.
Whichever one. Like if it's juniors, I'm a 7. If I'm a women's, I'm an 8. Because they're too weird. Yeah. They're too different.
But you're stupid.
But like the pants that I found were like a 27 waist and too big. So I was like, they fucking lied. These people put the wrong things.
Dang.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I went and I just put holes in it, so it didn't really matter to me. So yeah, we went back to my dad's house and just started grading shit at it. I was like, get this out of the way. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. If you have anything else you wanna, I wanna go to Goodwill now. This guy gave me a really good idea to just go see what Goodwill has right now. God damn it.
Yeah, they're not open, but we go.
I am off tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We can go to Goodwill.
Oh no, I'm not just kidding. No, we can.
No.
We can.
The panic.
I
Where
know.
is the Goodwill near here?
It's. Wait. We found it. Quick intermission. Technical difficulties. Okay.
How are you going to edit that one, I wonder?
Just technical difficult. Beep. I'm not even gonna include it unless you want me to. Just beep. Technical difficulties.
Whoever does not like this podcast, you need help.
Yeah, first of all, fuck you. Side.
Whoa.
Love you. I mean it. The haters boost anyway.
We're bipolar.
Yeah, we are. I'm so sorry.
We're sorry. I would say, honestly, as a side tangent, anyone who does not like this podcast, you need to go to therapy and get some psychological help because we're funny ass people.
True.
I can't.
Facts.
Plus, we're here having just a good time. If you a hater, great. You're giving me attention. I love it.
I know, right? It's just like, I don't understand why people hate anyway, but they understand what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. Alright, go ahead.
This one says, any store owners or managers here? Question mark.
There you go.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm here. This was posted 4 days ago. Long story short, too late.
Okay, what? I'm gonna give it a chance. Go ahead.
I've worked in multiple retail establishments, clothing, sporting goods, restaurants, and the most frequent question I was asked by customers was, where can I find ... something ? Right? So where can I find something, whatever. I partnered with a tech guy to build a tool for stores to help customers find items in store, request products, and log feedback. That's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, like kind of like those signs, right? Where it's like,
kind of like
return is that way, this is that way.
Well, kind of like what I think what he means is something kind of like what Target has, where you can go up and you can scan it and tell you the price and if it's on sale or whatever. Something like that, but you can just use it to find stuff. We just started public outreach in hopes of finding a few retailers to provide feedback. If you're interested, why is it getting lighter? Is it just me?
I think your thing's getting darker. Oh, blinding.
I didn't mean it. If you're interested in a tool that shows early promise to improve customer experience in your product sell-through rate, please like or comment, and I'll send you a link to our website. Okay.
Is this a campaign or
this? I think this was a sale.
Oh,
I'm gonna get rid of you. I got no comments. We're gonna move on to the next thing.
I mean, okay. Comment about that. They had us in the first half. Jesus Christ. So the first half of that, I actually think is a good idea to have like, kind of like if you walk into an airport, right? And you want to know where gate something is, where return is, where luggage is, baggage, whatever. Kind of like that, where it's like, oh, if you need returns, you go over there. If you're looking for kids, you go over there. But isn't that a thing already?
For kids.
No, the section like juniors, women's, men's.
I thought you said
If you have lost a child, go look at that section. We'll put them over there. Just like a little basket of children that got lost. Why would I say that? Why?
I thought you were talking about the airport still. What?
Put them into the baggage. They'll be right next to there. Hey, have you lost a kid in the airport before? You're a fucking horrible parent. Why are you doing that?
Okay, Home Alone. Left their kid at home, but still.
They're in the safety of their home, and they could be like, surprise, motherfucker, with the TV, and then, yeah. Oh, no. I love that movie.
That's
anyway.
the one movie I didn't watch during Christmas.
We didn't watch Polar Express either. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. You said you didn't like that movie. It's understandable.
It should be.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't like Polar Express. Somebody get her. Take her to jail. Prison. But she watches musicals. Why don't you explain that to our audience? What? Okay, no, we're getting off topic. What?
That's like me watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas and me going, "Where are you, Christmas?"
Okay.
That girl is older, to say the least.
I got something for you.
Yay! I'm gonna move on to the last story.
Okay, got you. I don't know what happened there in the last 30 seconds. I was just derailed. What are you doing? Are you nervous? Are you okay? You want to take a sip of your Wawa? Nope.
If we're giggling now, I've had a day.
Yeah.
I'll talk about my day after this last one.
It's half past a freckle and it's kind of, yeah.
It was interesting, to say the least. So, this is the last one. It's kind of short, but there's a lot of comments about it.
Nice.
So.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Go.
Okay, this one was posted 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. So even sooner.
Even sooner.
Nice.
Welcome to the new year. It was posted within the new year. Yay. Yeah. For those who have worked at their job for a good amount of time, like I said before, I've worked there for about almost 7 months now. So
I've been at my job for 2 years and however many months. It's gonna be 3 years at March 8th.
February.
What?
February?
No, March.
March is when you started?
I got hired March 8th.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else play this game in their heads, or is this person familiar because they come in here all the time, or because I know them from somewhere else? Question mark. I hate that.
It's
every time I see someone, I was like, "Did she used to work here?" No, she didn't. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because I go through this every shift. I've worked at my job for almost 3 years, and this is a consistent debate in my head when I see someone familiar. Anyone else have this problem? Question mark. Yes.
Yeah. it's. I don't know how often people come into your store because it's like retail. Like, how often do you need to buy your clothes, right? But for me, like for a fast food restaurant, people come like almost every day. I have regulars that come almost every single day, sometimes twice a day.
Whoa.
And then I'll see them out, and it doesn't even have to be customers, you know, because sometimes it's DoorDash. They pick up orders, and I see them all the time. It could be the same people, and I'll see them out, and I'm like, is that guy? Is that person? Is that what the fuck? You know? And then if I go out, there's people who recognize me when I'm out, and it's weird. So weird. It's. Ooh.
I feel like if I were to go in my store and just not even be on the clock, like just not working, just going in and shopping or whatever, I imagine that obviously I dyed my hair.
Yes.
Anyone who knows me personally, I dyed my hair. All right. Anyone who does not know me, I'm a natural blonde. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see it in a couple of months.
Oh yeah. Yep, we'll see it.
But it's starting to peek through, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it is. I didn't notice.
I'm not gonna get a close up because that's just weird.
Yeah, no, you don't get that.
No.
Look on Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, well.
I was gonna say something else and I forgot what I was gonna say, so I'm just gonna continue.
Okay. Was it about like you said if you were gonna go in not working.
Oh, if I was gonna go in and not like I'm not on the clock or anything for the day, but I'm just going in and shopping, I imagine a good chunk of my associates before I dyed my hair were like, "Who are you?" So they'd be like, "Oh hey," and they'll be like, "Hey." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Lexi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that it was you because you're not like in professional clothes." I wear regular clothes to work. By the way, I wear like a nice t-shirt. I wear the same pants, same shoes, everything. Now that my hair is dyed.
Yeah.
Whenever I walk in, they're like, "Oh, hey, Lexi. Look, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it took me to dye my hair blue for y'all to notice. Like, goddamn."
Yeah. Do you have any regulars at your store?
I do.
Like, you do? Oh.
I have a couple. It's a man and a woman. They came in, I want to say, like, when I first started, literally 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
They're like one of my first customers when I was back on the clock. They came and returned, like they even exchanged something out. they're like, oh my gosh, like, we love your energy, we love your positivity, like, we really like you, they're really cool. They did a survey for me.
Nice.
So I was like, holla. He comes in, like, him and his wife come in, not every couple of weeks, but at least, like, once a month.
Oh, okay.
So I'll see them in line, and he'll stop me and be like, oh, hey, and I'm like, I'll look at him and be like, oh, hey.
Do you forget sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Even though, like, he's my regular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's my regular.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was even like, oh, like, are you leading this section? Because I really wanted you to help me. And I'm like, I'm not in the section today. I'm really sorry. But they'll take really good care of you.
Aw.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, people understand that, too. I don't think I have any other regulars that I can think of.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you at least have one. It should be easier for you to remember them because it's like one, you know?
Oh shit, I do have another one. It's a female. She came in, like, when I was working there before, like, almost 2 years ago. Like, about 2 years ago now.
Oh.
And she came in, I helped her out. There was some sort of conflict. She came back when I started again. I want to say it was, like, right before Thanksgiving. She came in, and she was like, because I knew her.
Right.
Like, obviously, I remembered her instantly when I saw her face. I was like, oh, shit. I was
Yep.
Because I remembered the experience the last time I was dealing with her. So she walks up, and I was like, hi, ma'am, how are you today? And she goes, good, how are you? And I was like, good. And she goes, have we met before?
Oh, no.
I went, I think so? Acting stupid.
Maybe.
I think we might have. She goes, you worked here before. She's like, you still work here? It's like, oh, I left for a bit and then I came back. And she goes, oh, okay. She's like, it's been a minute since I've seen you. How have you been? And I was like, I've been great. Thanks for asking.
What do you want to know?
I was like, did you remember what happened the last time you were here?
Yeah.
Because...
Ooh, now that's scary.
I remember, like...
I was traumatized. I cried. No, just kidding.
I did. I actually went home.
Did you?
I went home and cried that night.
No.
And she's like, oh, my name is so-and-so. What's your name? And I told her my name. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I'll remember you the next time I come in. And I'm like, please don't.
Please don't ever talk to me again.
Please don't ever come in here. I haven't seen her since, I want to say, like, around Christmas time.
Oh, wow.
Was when she was in the store last. She didn't see me at all. I want to say it was, like, right after I dyed my hair. That I saw her.
Oh, really?
She didn't recognize me. So I was like, she'll literally call out to me and be like she'll call out to whoever she knows. She'll be like, hey, Lexi. And it's like, I'm not here, I'm running away, I'm not here.
Now those kind of customers are the ones that kind of suck.
Like, she's nice, but she'll ask, how much is this? How much is this? Does this go great with this? Is this, oh my god, like, what kind of shoes would I wear with it? Man, I really don't care. Like, I know I'm supposed to know all the answers to your questions, and I'm trying to have really good customer service, but I really don't care.
I completely understand that one.
Let's read some comments. Okay.
Oh my God, my nose.
I just got over a sickness, so I'm feeling great. I'm not sick.
Okay, good.
Let me see. Not every shift, but some. This is a comment, by the way.
Oh.
Not every shift, but sometimes. I work in the same city I went to high school in, so sometimes I squint at people because they look familiar from school. But the people that come in, I don't know what the fuck that means. And I mean all the time, I know. Oh. It's a restaurant, and there's 3 to 4 times a week, LOL.
Okay. I have had that happen before where somebody will come to the drive-thru and I'm like, and I've asked because I'm like, did you go to this school? Because I'm like, you look like a classmate that I used to be. Or somebody that I looked up to and I only saw for like 2 seconds. I'm like, dang, I wanted to get your name back then, but I couldn't.
Right.
Let me just tell this story real quick. So,
knock yourself out.
We were, I'm pretty sure you remember this. I'm pretty sure you were there. We were in our high school, not gonna name. There was an assembly, and or maybe it was like a choir concert or something.
Oh. And
there was a girl, do you remember this? There was a girl, she was singing, and she had glasses. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Her voice is so nice. And then I turned, and I was like, I'm gonna have a crush on her.
Freshman or sophomore year?
It would have to be sophomore year. It had to be.
Honestly, I could not remember, but I feel like if you took a selfie with her, I'll be like, oh shit, that girl!
No, I didn't take any selfies because I was a little
But
shy.
she came through the drive-thru?
Well, no, it wasn't her, but it looked like her, and then I asked, I was like, hey, did you go to this high school? And she was like, no, and I was like, oh, sorry. And I was so awkward.
I have actually met up with people that I knew back at my first middle school. Not gonna name.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
She came into my store when I was working there the first time.
From your first middle school?
For
you remember?
Yes.
You remember what she looked like?
Yes.
What? That's insane.
And I looked at her and I went, and she looked back at me and she goes, yes? I was like, did you go to this school? She's like, yeah.
Oh.
When? And she goes, oh, from this year to this year. What? Who's your English teacher? Like, I instantly was just asking questions.
Right?
And she goes, this person was like, shut up right now. We had this.
Do you remember me?
What period did you have? What period did you have? She named the same exact teacher, same period, all of that I was in. And I was like, do you remember me?
Oh my god.
And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, I'm Lexi. She goes, oh my god, Lexi!
Oh my goodness, that's
and we
amazing.
never talked again.
Oh.
While I am on this tangent, my middle school, my 7th grade English teacher came into my work one time when I was working there the first time.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't remember me. I didn't recognize her at first.
Oh.
Because she was wearing a mask, right? So we were all, at that time we were all wearing masks.
Yeah.
It was like right after COVID, so we had to.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And she was picking up an order. And I saw her name. And I went, okay. And I was like, go ahead and sign right here. And I went, got her package, came back. I was like, ma'am, are you a teacher?
Oh.
And she goes, yes. Where do you teach?
Right.
She named my middle school.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, you still teach there? Oh. And she goes, do I know you? I was like, yeah, I was in your, I don't remember what period I was, but
Yeah.
I was like, I was in this period in my 7th grade. And she goes, I don't remember you.
Aw.
I was
That
like,
sucks.
I was like, man, that's okay. I am friends with a good chunk, like on Facebook and Instagram, I'm friends with a couple of my ex-teachers.
Ex-teachers.
Like my former teachers,
Yeah.
especially like our choir teacher.
Oh, yeah.
I'm friends with him. I'm friends with my
We
8th.
cannot be friends with our choir teacher.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I have him on everything, Instagram, Facebook.
I was gonna
all
say, I'm
that
pretty
jazz.
sure all of his students have him on Instagram or something.
Except for him, because he doesn't have any social media.
Yeah,
If only.
That
If only.
you.
Well, you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, she didn't remember who I was. But I follow on Facebook. I follow my choir teacher, or not my choir, my theater teacher from high school.
Mm-hmm.
I follow on Instagram. I follow my world geography teacher from 8th grade. Who should definitely be listening to this because it's freaking amazing.
No kidding. Maybe.
I used to curse in her class. That's just facts are facts.
Alright, cool.
I don't really think she cared. But
Probably
she's
not.
actually really, she's like, all my teachers are really chill. I follow my 5th grade teacher.
Okay, no, now you're going too far.
No, I
Jesus.
follow my 5th grade teacher on Facebook.
That's insane.
And her and I talked, like, on Facebook Messenger, like, hey, like, I wanted to let you know that I went to school to become a teacher because you inspired me to do so, because you're just a fantastic teacher. She goes, oh my gosh, that warms my heart. Like, she has a kid now. Like, she's married now, and I'm like, I'm engaged. And she's like, oh my god, like, how old are you? And I was like, you don't remember?
That's sweet.
She's like, it's not so-and-so, is it? And I was like, no.
That's what I mean. It's, you like, grew up here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you have, like, contact. You can go back to your schools. You can still see them. I've moved around so much that I can't go get those contacts. Like, I can maybe get, like, middle school and up, maybe, but
Maybe.
they might not be teaching there. I know my math teacher was old when I went to school with him, so he's probably dead. Maybe, but, you know,
Sorry.
hopefully not. He was funny.
I know my 1st grade teacher is passed away.
Yeah.
She passed away, I want to say, when I went into high school.
Mm.
So, and I found that out through a mutual friend that I was still friends with from elementary school. She's like, hey, so I just found out that she died.
Yeah.
I was like, ah, shit.
I know my art teacher that I actually was in high school with, he passed away.
What?
I had an art teacher in high school, and he was like,
Your
awesome.
second school?
Yeah, my second high school.
Oh, he passed away?
Yeah.
When?
It was, I want to say either last year or the year ago.
Oh,
Last year or the year before.
wow.
Because he was like, so my sister actually sent me the post. He was in the hospital for some condition.
Oh.
And then I looked on there. I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to donate to that because I like got my job, got my money up, and I was like, okay, let me like help him out. But then I read into the page again, and it was like he passed away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I think the day that our choir teacher passes away,
Oh.
I'm gonna,
I'm gonna be heartbroken.
I don't even, like, jeez.
And no one's gonna understand, and I'm just gonna be like, you don't understand the bond we had.
You don't,
He was a
no
nutcase.
No one will understand.
No.
We'll go and just sing like a 3-part harmony. Just
yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
A good chunk of his past choir students will most likely like.
Definitely.
We'll plan
Try
something.
to coordinate. Yeah. We need to sing some kind of song. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? We need to figure out right now what his favorite song is, and then we'll sing it.
Hey, so and so.
What's your favorite song?
What's your favorite song?
Yeah. So that we can sing it when.
Just so we have it prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's like 50 something.
Is he?
I think so. I'll ask
I
him.
think you're right.
I want to say he is.
You're gonna ask him how old he is.
No, I'm gonna ask him how old he is.
Oh.
That's his adopted son right there.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, let me read some of these comments
Okay.
before we.
I know we're just going off tangents. Excuse me.
I go into this one cafe and I don't even have to place my order. They just ring me up and start making what I normally get every morning. LOL.
Oh my god. I have a customer like that now. He's like, hey, is this Shy? And I'm like, yeah, is this, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, alright, number 7, soft steak. Jesus. Oh my god, I love my customer so much.
Oh, this is good. Want to know what's even worse? Question mark. I have worked in the retail camera/photo business for years.
Mm-hmm.
I will see people when I'm out, and I will look at them with the "Do I know you?" look. And it turns out I don't know them at all. I've only seen them in photos.
Oh.
I've never met them in any way whatsoever. When I got into the industry, it really freaked me out when it happened the first few times. Now I just figure I saw you somewhere and I'm moving on.
Oh my god. That actually might be worse.
Yeah.
Is when you see them in passing or just see them somewhere and then you're like, oh, have we met? They must have a vivid mind and they probably have had like a dream or daydream about those people, like actually interacting with them. Because that's what happened to me. I would see people and then I would have some kind of like deja vu dream, whatever, about like me interacting with them or someone I know interacting with them. And then I'd be like, oh, hey, like, you know this person, right? And they'd be like, no.
Right.
I'm like, what? Are you talking
What
about?
do you mean?
Yeah, like, I literally saw you interacting with them. And it's like, no, I have no idea who that is. Like,
What?
No, it's scary. It's scary. And then I think I'm crazy.
Let me see. I've worked in retail management for so long that I have this issue with Christmas temps too, so seasonal people.
Oh.
I've hired and fired so many that people will come say hello to me and I have no clue who they are.
Damn.
Me! I don't know how many people we hired this last Christmas season.
Really?
I don't know. I don't remember how many we, said, hey, we thank you for your business, but we're not going to continue with you at this time. Sorry. I don't know how many of those we kept. I haven't seen a single one of my past hires come up and be like, oh, hey, Lexi, because I'm going to be like, who the fuck are you?
Right?
What the fuck? Oh, hey, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you.
Okay, I think that's probably the worst.
Yeah.
When someone recognizes you, but you don't know who they are, it's like, are you stalking me? Like, that's
Right.
my first thought.
It's like, leave me alone.
Yeah, if I try to recognize you, and then you don't recognize me, it's like, damn.
Awkward.
Yeah, so you might think I'm stalking you, but at the same time, like I know I haven't, right? So it's like not that bad of a feeling. But when someone recognizes you, and then you're just like, oh, hi, you. It's awkward. It's so awkward.
So awkward.
Especially if you're a nice person. Like, obviously, if you're just like, if they're like, oh, hey, you're like, who are you? They're like,
right.
oh.
If it's like some random person, like, oh, hey, it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know who you are.
But I'm nice, and so I'll be like, okay, you're recognizing me in this moment, and you know my name, which means we've met somewhere. I have no recollection, which makes me the asshole. I'm just gonna pretend like I remember who you are. Like,
right. I think it's one of those things, too, where, like, I feel bad. Like I said, it's awkward. Yeah, it's really awkward because, like, let's say I walk up and say, oh, hey, and that person's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Remember I worked here for a second? No, I don't remember you.
Yeah.
That's just, it's awkward. Well, even in, like, Christmas, someone had left something in my locker without a name. Like, it wasn't addressed to anybody or from anybody, so I couldn't go and thank anybody. I was told that it was somebody. So I went and thanked them. Oh, hey, thanks for the gift. What gift? The one you left in my locker. She's like, I don't leave anything in your locker. Oh, God. I'm like, this is so awkward.
Yeah. Wait, who told you it was from that person?
One of my other management people, like one of my other MAs.
So they just like assumed, or
she had told me that it was somebody. So when I went, I was like, oh, hey, thank you for the present. She's like, what present? The one you left in my locker. And I was surrounded by not only her, but like 2 other supervisors and an MA. I'm like, oh no.
Right.
Might I add, MA stands for manager. That's what I am. I'm an MA. Supervisor is like my higher up, so my boss, and then his boss is like the GM.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say my boss and then like his boss, or I usually say like my supervisor is my boss, but like anybody GM, his assistants or whoever, those are also my bosses because they're higher than me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those things too where I'm like, I walked away, I was like, cool, thanks, and I walked away.
Yeah.
And the girl who actually put it in my locker was like, hey, I'm sorry, I forgot what you were talking about earlier, and I feel really bad. So she gave me a hug, and she's like, Merry Christmas, Lexi. And I was like, thanks.
Sweet. Okay.
She's like, she had forgotten that she had gotten me one.
Oh.
So she's like, I thought I had left it in my locker by mistake, but I guess I put it in your locker. I'm sorry. And I'm like, that's fine, but I was just really confused.
Mm.
So I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, awkward situations, it's just like...
oh my god, I hate the awkward situations.
I actually, my first time doing something like that was in middle school? Yeah.
Oh.
And I thought I had, because I had a friend that I would, like, come to school with all the time, but I didn't go to school with her that day. Or maybe she was sick or whatever. And I thought I saw her, because there was a girl that was turned around, so I saw her from the back, and I'm like, oh, that's my friend. So I walked up, I was like, hey! And I, like, grabbed onto her. She turned around, she was like, I was like, so sorry.
Oh my god,
I someone else.
I hate those moments where I'm like, I'll think someone looks like my sister, like height, hair, and everything, and I'll go up and I'll be like, oh hey, and she'll be like, do I know you? And she'll turn and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you look just like my sister with your haircut and all. And she's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's an awkward thing where I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just gonna...
just awkwardly, yeah. Just,
yeah,
oh
like,
it's literally the worst. I cannot.
It's so awkward.
And when, like, someone's waving at you, you think you're waving at them.
Right! When someone's waving at someone, I'm just like, hey, and I'm like, oh.
I'm like, oh, you're being nice. Hello, how are you, neighbor? They're like, they walk past. That literally happened to me, like, when we're, oh my god. I was, like, trying to come in the house, and, like, I think somebody was, like, talking, or they walked past, they said something, I was like, oh, hi. And then they just didn't answer me back, and they looked, and I looked, I was like, oh. And I just went in the house. I scurried. I was like, okay.
Oh, probably last night.
Last night?
This morning.
No, it didn't happen to me it was, like, more in the beginning of when we moved in, but...
Oh, shit.
God, yeah, it was...
Yeah, you're just like, aw, these people are so nice. Oh, my bad.
I mean, they still could have been nice and said hi anyway.
So I kind of wanted to talk about my day for the last
stretch
of the video here.
Yes, go ahead.
It's time for Lexi's
retail
rant.
experience. Oh yeah, Lexi's rant.
Lexi's rant. We should call it that. This is the new segment called Lexi's Rants.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Hope you enjoy. So my day today.
For some serious shit. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So, me thinking, because I only worked 11 to 5 today, that I was going to be, I'm going to go in, going to do my job, time's going to go by really fast, it's already going to be 5 o'clock before I know it, right? Wrong. I walk in, like, nothing is done. The boards aren't done. I'm walking in, like, where the fuck am I supposed to be then? If the boards aren't done. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to go out and do what I would like to do.
Right.
And then be told, hey, by the way, you're not in this department today, so sorry about it. Ooh. So they had me in kids and juniors today. I went out. I honestly, honest to God, I could not remember what I did. Like the first couple of minutes of my shift, I guess. But there's like an LOD call like right away. LOD stands for leader on duty at my work, and that's just what I do. So I go, I do change requests, I handle customer complaints, like I do all of that, because that's what management is, and that's just what I am. Right. That's what I do. So I was not LOD until like 3 or until 1. I was LOD from 1 to 3 today. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. So I get an LOD call. I was told by the person who was LOD to go and handle it. So I went up and I was like, hey, what's going on? One of my associates in fulfillment, the printer that we use for the packaging and all that stuff, for the package slips, was pushing out the labels, but without the ink on them. So I was like, shit, we gotta reconfigure both of these. Like, this fucking sucks. This takes all the time out of the day.
You can just change the ink too, right? Or
it doesn't come with ink. I went and took down one, and I was like, hey, I need to know, like, if this takes ink. And the lady that I was talking to was like, no, this doesn't take any ink. How are you gonna get it up? And I was like, okay. She's like, it just has to get reconfigured. I was like, so is there anyone here today that knows how to do that? She goes, oh, just the GM, his assistants, and then like the other 2 people in fulfillment that aren't here. So I was like, shit, isn't that just fucking a coincidence now, isn't it? So I go back up. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna need you to just print the slips from the computer for right now, fold them, tape them to the bag, and then bin it like you would normally bin it. Let me get this all figured out, so by the time you have to start printing the regular ship from store labels, you'll be perfectly fine. Right. So I told her that. She's like, okay. And I'm like, I know it's going to be an inconvenience, and I'm sorry, but it's just the thing that we got to do right now, and at least it's just like the same day picks, so it's fine. Yeah. So I go and I tell the GM, because he was the only person that was here that knows how to reconfigure, and he goes, I guess you just have to, he's like, just tell her to print the old-fashioned way until we have the time to reconfigure them. I was like, okay, shit. Went back upstairs. This happened when I first started. I wasn't even clocked in for 30 minutes by this point. Jesus. And I'm already running around like with a head without, chicken without a head. So I go up and I was like, hey, so Max said that when he's like, just do it old-fashioned way, just do it this way for the rest of the day. And she's like, okay, like, I'm like, I'm sorry, kid, like, I can't do anything to change it. I don't know how to reconfigure these. Like, I don't know anything. I
don't have the knowledge. I don't have the skills.
You know what I mean? So she's like, okay. So I left. I don't remember. I honestly couldn't really remember what I did after that. But I got called back upstairs to cover someone's break. That's when the whole guy with the blanket situation happened. And I'm like, okay, like, sir, I'm really not in the mood for any shenanigans right now. Like, I'm really not. Right. I had to help with 3-and-out. I had to do all these other things. When the 3-and-out was done, that's when I finally was able to, like, go downstairs. Mind you, it was, like, almost, I want to say it was my LOD shift. It was at 1 o'clock that I finally went downstairs and was on the floor recovering. So I was like, okay, let me start up. I'm like, let me walk the floor. Let me walk section by section, see where the mess is, clean it up, go to the next section, clean it up, whatever, kind of go from there. I didn't have any go-backs. Like, any go-backs that I had, I'd already put away. So I was like, okay, there we go. One thing is done. LOD calls, they come through even though I'm busy doing something. So I just finish what I'm doing, tell them, hey, I'm going to be up there in just a second, give me one moment, finish what I'm doing, and I'll go and do it, right? LODJ.com. I went, I did it. I went, took care of everything. I came back down, and the supervisor of kids was like, hey, you're the only person that's in kids for the whole day. What have you been doing? Like, she's like, just make sure that you just do your rollbacks and check their recovery or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I walked over because I was like, oh shit, I remember there was some stuff still in the cart that I need to put away that I think were supposed to go upstairs. I wasn't 100%, like, I wasn't sure.
Right.
So I was like, let me go see what they are again. Because I had stuff in there that I had already put away. And I was like, oh, this isn't really important. So there was a second cart there that was empty. So she's like, hey, does this cart go in the kids' fitting room? I was like, I have no idea. She goes, you haven't checked the kids' fitting room yet today? And I went, no. She's like, why not, Alexis? And I was like, I don't go by Alexis at work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I go by Lexi at work. So when someone calls me Alexis, you're automatically already on you're pushing my button.
Yep.
You're really pulling at that nerve right now.
It's like, you pushed a button right there.
I was like, it's fine if someone, because I know a couple people, like, have accents, and I get that. Like the cashier that I was telling you about earlier with the lady.
Oh, yeah.
She was, and that's a long story that it's gonna be a part of my day.
Yeah.
I'll get to it in a minute. But even she has an accent because she's from a different country.
Nice.
So she calls me Alexi. That's fine. Like, his grandparents call me Alexia. I have no issues with that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But, like, just having somebody, when I prefer my name to be Lexi at work, it's on my name tag. Like, I introduce myself as Lexi, especially when people come in and customers come in and they ask for my name for a good recommendation or bad. I tell them that my name is Lexi because that's the name that goes around in the store. Yeah. So if someone calls my GM, oh, Lexi did this, Lexi did that, he automatically knows who they're talking about. Right. If they say Alexis, he's like, who the fuck is that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean,
they know, they have your government name too.
He does, yes. Right. But he's even asked me because he's pretty new in the store itself because he got transferred from a different one. He doesn't know all of us, so he doesn't know our preferred names. So for me, he asked me, hey, what's your preferred name? Because I noticed that your name badge says Lexi, but your account says Alexis. I'm like, I go by Lexi. So now he calls me when he needs me by Lexi, not Alexis. Right. Do you know what I mean? Valid. So it's one of those things where it's like, I hate my name. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things. I despise my name. I really do. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I prefer to go by a name. Even when I make new friends, hey, my name is Lexi. On my Instagram, it's Lexi. On Facebook, it's Lexi. Like, obviously on Facebook, like, I have my actual name, but my preferred name is in parentheses. Yeah. On Facebook. But on Instagram, it's automatically, like, it's my actual name, but Lexi in parentheses, the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So people know my real name, but my preferred nickname is there. Yeah. So she was like, Alexis, why haven't you checked the kids' fitting room? And I was like, because something was happening with .com, something was happening with the printer, something was happening here. Like, I'm not even supposed to be in kids. I am MA of home and fulfillment and .com. So the fact that I'm down here in your section doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
You're gonna yell at me about not checking something that's in your department? Excuse me?
I was like, I get you just got here, so let me fill you up. This is what happened 2 minutes when I came in. Yep. This happened 5 minutes after. This happened 20 minutes after, and this is what's happening right now. Right.
I did not have time.
I'm like, I get it's already 1 o'clock. She's like, I understand your LOD. And she's like, are you taking your lunch like right after your LOD shift? And I went, yes. She's like, okay, sounds good. Where are you at today? You're upstairs up in lingerie? That's her other department though. It's lingerie and kids. So I was like, is lingerie...
Two completely different sections.
I was like, is lingerie more important than kids? Because if I'm the only one down in kids, and obviously I haven't been down in kids until this very moment, and it's almost 1:30, you'd think that you want to be down here. Yeah. Because I'm getting called away for other things, so that way you're still taking care of it.
Does it get used often?
Kids? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kids is pretty busy. Today,
really?
Barely touched. Oh. I fixed like a table of sweatshirts because it was just kind of looking weird to me. Yeah, sure. Resized everything. Like, I did my job. Nice. And then I got another call, so I had to leave. Came back down, put away some more go backs, had another call. I'm like, okay. So I took the empty cart to the kids' fitting room, checked the kids' fitting room. There was one thing on the cart just hanging there. And it was in women's, of all things. So I'm like, okay. So I took it to women's with the cart, right? Because it doesn't belong in the kids' fitting room.
Right.
So I take the one shirt for women's and I hang it up where it's supposed to go. I asked the MA and the supervisor there, are you guys missing a cart in any of your fitting rooms? And they're like, I don't know, I would take a look. And I looked. One had one, and she's like, oh, maybe it's at the one on the other end. And I was like, okay. So I took the empty cart all the way down there. Sure enough, it's supposed to be in that fitting room. Put it back in that fitting room. I go back to doing what I'm doing. I get an LOD call on my way back. I'm like, okay, let me go take care of this. So, okay, cool, I got you. I go up. This is the story with the blind lady that I was telling you about. So today, I helped the blind lady because she needed slippers, she needed a robe, and she wanted some more hoodies. So I'm helping her around, doing all these things. I then had to help her, long story short, I had to help her out with just finding stuff, and that's basically the end of that whole entire transaction, in a sense. After that, one of my associates, or not even one of my associates, but my GM said, hey, there's a customer that is looking for her order. It's supposed to be here today. And I'm like, oh, there might be a shipment up there. Let me go ahead and take care of it. I'll let you know if I have it up there and it's been and it's ready for pickup or whatever, right? He's like, okay, cool. Sounds great. I was fully set on the task of, hey, I'm going to go do this real quick and call it a day. My associate was off at 2:30. So as I'm taking shipment to the back where I'm supposed to be putting it to do check-ins, she's like, hey, so I have to head out. And I was like, is it possible for you to stay an extra hour? Because I should preface that usually in fulfillment, there's a morning person from like probably 10, like about an hour before we open, to about like 3:30, 4 o'clock, right? And then usually there's supposed to be someone that comes in at like 4 to close, which is like 8, right? So someone gets like 4-ish hours, the other one gets like 4-ish hours, right? For some reason, she only worked until 2:30, and no one else was coming in after her. She was all by herself. So I got frustrated because I'm like, I had to go and tell my GM, hey, so-and-so is off at 2:30. There is no one else coming in for fulfillment for today. What would you like me to do? And he's like, I'm going to have you, he's like, have you checked that woman's order? It's like, sir, there is more things more important than this woman's order right now. It will get done, which is why I'm going in tomorrow morning. That's why I'm going in, because I'm trying to find this woman's order.
Right.
So then that way I can physically call her myself and say, hi ma'am, I'm really sorry for the delay. It's just pretty hectic and we're really understaffed right now. But I did find your package. I did go ahead and bin it. It should be ready for pickup in the next couple of minutes. If it's not, please feel free to call back. We'll try and figure out what's going on. We'll rebin it. We'll move it around. We'll do whatever we need to do. So that way when it's ready for pickup, we can come and grab it.
Right.
I personally am going in tomorrow on my own time, on my own day off. I'm going in just to find this lady's package. Just to do that.
Jeez, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is commitment. But
yes, very much.
I had to call the supervisor that I had called earlier, in a sense, and say, hey, I'm supposed to be down in kids. So she calls the supervisor in kids, tells her what's going on. She then calls another MA, in a sense. Not really an MA, but he's more of a captain of whatever. I think he's captain of Levi's or dress shirts or something. I don't fucking know what his title is. All I know is that he's a leadership. So I got nothing.
Okay.
She told him, hey, I need you to go down to kids because Lexi has some things to take care of. So he goes down to kids. I'm like, thank you so much. I want to die and ready to go home.
Right.
You know, I had to still take my lunch. So I was like, shit. So I'm going to clock off for my lunch. I'm going to eat my lunch. I'm going to go, but whatever time I have left over of my lunch, I'm going to go start working on this because everything was picked. I just had to print everything. But because I had to print everything old-fashioned from the computer, the printer that I was printing from wouldn't print. So I had to keep turning it off, kept turning it back on, and let it reboot. I want to say at one point I got like a good 20 things packed in one reset, and then it was like, I was like, fuck! restart it again. Turn the shit off. Turn it back on. Let's get this game going. And then I was like, oh shit, it's already 5 o'clock. And I was like, hey yo, I need someone to come and cover me right now. So I'm really hoping that there's nothing back there for me tomorrow morning, because I really don't want to walk in and see that. So tomorrow's gonna be very interesting when I go in, but
I was gonna say with you.
But even then, it's like, if you're gonna get mad at me, I'm gonna get mad back at you, because who's the dumbass who decided, hey, we're gonna only put one person in fulfillment with no one else until 2:30. The least you could have done is, hey, you're gonna work like 10 to 5:30 or 10 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
She would have gotten all of this shit done in her one shift. But because she was off at 2:30, she still had picks. She still had everything to pack. I had to take care of all of that. I didn't get it done because I didn't want to go over payroll.
Yeah.
Because they've been giving me shit about payroll. You can't go over payroll. You can't go over this because we're losing money. Okay, so if I'm off at 5, I'm going to be off at 5.
Right.
So then I was like, hey, I'm trusting you, my other MA friend. Hey, I'm trusting you to take care of this for me, please. And then that way, like, tomorrow, I'm like, I even told him when he was checking my bag tonight, I was like, if there's like 1 or 2 things, we'll leave it there. It's fine. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it before they even notice that it's there still.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, the first thing they do, they don't come in and automatically check to see how many picks we have. They don't do that. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I go in and there's only like 2 orders, pack it, get rid of it, put it on the dock. Right then and there. Like, I'll say, oh hey, like someone forgot to take the shipment to the dock. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, thinking that it's done.
Right.
Right? So I'm like, okay. Plus, everyone's down in their offices anyway, so even if I went upstairs, took care of the last bit of stuff, and took it to the dock, they wouldn't even notice until UPS team got the shipment.
Jeez.
So, with that said, that's the end of my day. That's literally the end of my day.
Hectic.
But it was crazy. And that was Lexi Rants. So, next episode is going to be all about you.
Ah.
Oh!
Sorry, I don't know why I made that noise.
Oh!
Yeah, next episode
Fast
we're going to...
food experience. I
Fast
honestly cannot wait to read some of this. Do you want to read those ones?
Yeah, I can.
I'll give you the tablet, open up Reddit for you. You can search up fast food or whatever keyword you want to look for, and then you can read 3 of them if you want. This could be fun.
Oh, yeah. Hooray.
Yeah, my eyes hurt. I should take a break from reading for a bit.
Oh my goodness. What have you been reading all day? The comments?
Those.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
But other than that, that's the next video that's coming up is Shy Rants.
Yep.
Yas.
Shirants.
Shy Rants.
I don't know why I said
No.
that. Shirants.
Sounds like something ranch.
Ranch. No,
Ranch.
I haven't eaten ranch in a minute, actually. Not that it matters, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about fast food experience next because
I wanted to honestly take turns. That way they can get to know us a little bit better. Like, hey, last episode was our pilot. You got to know us. We read some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna just each take turns. We're gonna read about me, get to know me a little bit, what I do. We're gonna listen to you, what you do on a daily, and then after that, we'll do different themed nights. We'll go and brainstorm together. You know, probably after this episode gets published before the next one, and just kind of make a list of theme nights that we want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, it has been the Chat Lounge podcast with Lexi and Jack.
Also, if you have ideas for what you would like to hear for us to do on the podcast, you can comment that. You know?
Yeah, I've been posting everything, obviously on my main Instagram, to go and follow the Instagram for the podcast, which is at Chat Lounge Podcast. On Instagram. On Spotify, it should be just the chat. It should be Chat Lounge Podcast, I believe. Podcast. I believe on SoundCloud it's the same. But please knock yourself out.
Yeah.
We put everything on everything. YouTube. On YouTube it's also Chat Lounge Podcast.
Yep.
So look that up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll add links to my Instagram. Well, the Instagram for the Chat Lounge Podcast, obviously.
You have to look on there though, because the YouTube isn't. We don't we don't have the materials to put the links in the YouTube video. So, yeah.
Yeah. But if anything, on Spotify and on SoundCloud, we'll be adding the links to all of those, or at least trying to add the links to some of those. If you even follow just the Instagram for the Chat Lounge podcast, the links are all posted there. I still need just the SoundCloud one, but Spotify, the YouTube, all of that's all on there. I only have 2 follows, but a lot of people are listening to it. So if you're listening to it, and you're watching it, follow it.
Why not?
Do it. But other than that, it has been a very interesting night.
Yes.
Very giggly, interesting night.
I don't know what happened, man.
I don't know either. But other than that, it has been the Chat Lounge podcast with Lexi and Shy.
Yes.
We will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, will be sometime in the next couple of weeks. Because we have work, so we gotta do it. We gotta do it when we're available or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll have it uploaded. We'll have this episode uploaded soon, at least.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right. Peace and love. See you later.
Bye.
This is the challenge.